Boleh dengar ke? Okey. Selamat pagi.
Good morning.
Morning. And okay, good. And this morning we have Microsoft Team as our theme untuk discussion. And tak sempat buat smart attendance. Boleh sambil kita bercakap, kita paparkan smart attendance tadi. Tadi siapa share screen? Sambil kita bercakap, kita belum lagi mula dengan formal, supaya mereka yang lebih lambat masuk dia boleh terus dengan smart attendance. Thank you, Puan Safira. And selamat pagi, sekarang pukul 11. And we welcome our team from pengajaran UKM. I can see Prof. Kamal is here, Dr. Helmi, Prof. Azmin kan tadi saya nampak, and Prof. Azmi Tamil juga bersama kita. Orang kuat. And this morning our team is Microsoft team lah. So I tak luang banyak masa untuk bercakap panjang, tapi kita mungkin mula dengan sedikit briefing pasal Microsoft Team. And kita menggelabah tadi siapa boleh masuk, siapa tak boleh masuk sebab melibatkan step yang lebih rumit sikit berbanding Zoom. Tapi saya nampak ramai sudah masuk, that's bagus. And Prof. Kamal ataupun Dr. Helmi, siapa nak mungkin boleh saya minta tolong mungkin 5 ke 10 minit go through with us the later a few words, and then later with how this general features of Microsoft Teams, the basic function, and then we open for Q&A. Would that be all right?
Yes, Prof. Lam. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh semua. Good morning, everybody. So before we start our session before start our session, Puan Safira, can you record the session? Okay, now. Okay, thank you, Safira. Okay, a few guidelines for us to go through. So pengajaran dalam talian segerak dengan Microsoft Teams ataupun synchronous teaching in Microsoft Teams. So pastikan mikrofon sentiasa ditutup. So kalau boleh we off our mics, or the admin or the moderators will off your mic, because we want to ensure that everybody can hear the speakers. So there will be a Q&A session at the end or in the middle, and the session is a recorded session. So please do not stop the recording, because anyone can stop the recording actually. And you can use the chat feature or questions during the presentation, and you can use the feature, the show background effects feature, if you want to use it for your video. And you can use the screen sharing for sharing, and lastly you can hang up using the red button, but we will show you after this. First, I welcome Prof. Senior Dr. Kamal for if he has any few words, Prof.
Alright, thank you very much, Dr. Hemi and Prof. Tong and the rest of Fakulti Perubatan. Alright, welcome to the Teams, Microsoft Teams. This is the platform that we can do our meeting and also teaching and learning with our students. Teams is a official platform which support by PTM, and I hope everybody can use this. Although Zoom you can use, but you can continue. However, this is not supported by university. A lot of features that you can find from Teams. You can video, you can have a channel in Teams, because For example, today we have our meeting, so we put in channel, and also if we have smaller group in the meeting, we can use calendar. So a lot of features you can explore, and maybe after this, Dr. Henry will explain further. We have been using this, and students like this very much. Right? Hopefully you enjoy with Teams, and it is free. If anything, you have any problem, just uh, chat with us. Right? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Prof, for the introduction to Teams. Okay, I would just introduce the features of Teams for those of you who are new here. So Teams is a software by Microsoft, and as Prof supported, as Prof suggested or informed just now, it is the platform, the official platform that will be supported by PTM. Okay, you can use Google Hangouts. Also, is available in UKM for free. But if you have problems in using Teams, only PTM will only support you using that software. Okay. All right. So how to use Teams? The first thing is let's say the features here. Okay. So this is turn camera off and on, and turn your microphone on and off. So this is an important feature that we recommend you to use. For your teaching and learnings, I think when you actually do it, you will have to mute everybody's mic for the students, and they will know because for the first time, usually you go in and you put on the mic, but eventually everybody will know the ethics of online teaching and learning. So here you have an important button, which is sharing. So when you share, you can, I think it's advisable for you to click and press share screen. Okay, share screen enables for you to share the screen, and here I am sharing with you live what is happening on my screen. Okay, and if you press here more actions, you can press stop recording, but please do not press stop recording for now because when we showed this, everybody was stopping recording, so that the recording will be stopped. Okay, here you can show background effects. So this is for me or you to change the background. Let's say I want to have this background. I can just apply it and change the background. To create a more conducive learning environment. Okay, and you have here show conversation. So here is the chat feature. Usually some people are asking, oh, where's the chat? So it's here, hide conversation and show conversation. And this one is show participants, so to see how many participants are here. And I think this button is important, mute all. So mute all to mute the participants for the time being. I mean, like when you want to talk, maybe for 10 minutes and then you stop Q&A, I think that makes the sessions more interactive. Okay, now setting up a Teams, I think I showed you before in the previous session, but I'll just show you again. So in order to create Teams, just tap in Teams here, and all your teams will be here, and press join or create a team. So when you create or join a team, press create team, and you can choose class or PLC, staff, other. But I recommend you for these two. Class is for your teaching and learning. PLC is for your research group, because this one, as Prof. Tong yesterday highlighted, that the PLC, you can invite people from outside. You can, or who don't have a Microsoft Office account. So I think PLC can be used. But for this reason, I show you class. So for class, let's say class, 1, okay? And maybe you can put the description GGGE 6663 or something like that. Okay. And when you create the team, there's an option for adding teachers and students. So for adding students, let's say Dr. Rai is always my student, and Dr. Azmin is always my lecturer here. I'm adding them for a lot of sessions. I'm sorry, Dr. Rai and Dr. Azmin. I will delete you from the groups. Okay, now...
no problem. I don't mind being your student, Dr. Helmi.
Okay, so here, when you eventually go to this button, just press close, and your class will be here. This is the default setting of your class in Microsoft Teams. Okay, now the most important thing is to invite your students. So there's two ways of inviting, which is you using this three button here, not that three button, what is this? Three dot button. Okay, so this three dots ataupun tiga titik ni, you press this button and you can have this add member or get link to team. So add member is a function where you add members, you call it manually. Okay, you have to paste their email one by one. So it's quite a hassle. So I think the better way is using get link to team. So when you press the three dot button, or you call it the more button, just use get link to team and you copy the link here. Okay, copy the link. Oops. Copy, and you just give it to the students for inviting them. And it's worth to note that they have to have Office 365 account, and it's free for all students. Okay. And if you have problems, I think Prof. Madia Dr. Azmi is helping us with this. Okay. And if you want to create breakout rooms, or let's say you have a big group and you want to have discussions, you can use add channel. Add channel is for you to create, different types of or close discussions. Let's say there's 5 group, you can add a channel. So let's say group 1, you can add a channel and private with a specific team. Let's say, and I'll add Dr. Rai again. Okay. So, what happened? He's not a member of the team? Okay. Anyway, okay, you can, let's add. Okay, maybe let's add Zubira. What happened here? Okay. Channel, why? Okay.
Tak layak jadi student.
What? Oh, you have to be a student first, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, they haven't accepted being a student, so that's why. No wonder. Anyway, it's okay. So you get the point. Just press that, and you can be a member here. Okay, now if you go to
Dr. Helmi, if I can interject, in the group, in the general one, as we talked about yesterday, you can have breakup groups in the same chat, right? You don't have to create channels.
Yes,
right?
yes, true. Yes. So there's 2 ways. You can also do one here, or you can just do another call here. Let's say we are actually having a big class call for the whole class, and if you want another group, you can just set another video call here and say group 1, and then meet now, and then the meeting will go on. So you can have 5 or 10 concurrent groups here in the chat. You don't have to create a channel if you want. But if you want private supervision with your students, or if the group wants to, discuss without other people knowing what they do, you can create a channel. So there's a couple of ways to do that. And the most important thing that I didn't tell you is you have to click this button here, which is the Meet Now. The Meet Now button is in order for you to start a video conference. So click Meet Now, and then when you meet now, students will join in the classroom. Okay, and there's a lot also other features here that you can attach a file, okay, and some other stuff. Okay, I'll just show you. There's other what do you call it, features here, which includes class material, class notebook assignments, but I will not show you here because I think it's better to put it in UKMFolio rather than putting it here. But again, if you want to share it, you can use attach a file here, and then you can just press and you can have that have the document present here. And one more thing before I open to Q&A, or maybe others would like to share their experiences, maybe Prof. Tong or Dr. Rai and Dr. Azmin. You can also use the calendar function here. So the calendar function enables you to create a meeting without Teams. So if you create Teams, it's actually a permanent group. So it will be there forever. Let's say, so class one. So I created a lot of classes here. It will be here. So if you want a class, I think it's good to be permanent. But if you want just a one-off meeting, you can create a calendar. So how to do that is you click New Meeting on the top, and you set the name of the meeting, meeting 1. Sorry. And you can have see Puan Safira here, and then you can have the timing of the meeting, and when you press send, it comes up in your meeting here. It comes up in your calendar, and the students can join with the calendar. One note to you is the calendar function is not available to everybody, but if you have problems with the calendar function, we will share a link with you, and you can email PTM for they will add the calendar function for you. And it is important, this calendar function is important because for iPads and iPads, tablets, or smartphones, you cannot use the Meet Now function. Okay, Meet Now function. Where was it? The Meet Now function. It's in Teams here. FPER. Okay, so you cannot use the Meet Now function. You can only use it in laptops. But for you to enable that, you have to use the calendar function if you're using mobile phones or smartphones or tablets for your meetings. Okay, I think that's a brief introduction. Before that, I'll just back up a bit, and you can visit our website at activeukm.my. And just a few, I forgot to introduce the team. So usually I do that, but I forgot today. So our team is, where is it? Ahmad Pula Internet. Okay, so Prof. Engineer Dr. Ahmad Kamal is our director. I'm the Deputy Director for Inovasi, Teknologi and PNP. Here's Prof. Madya Dr. Rahana Muhammad Maidin as the Timbalan Pengarah Kecemerlangan PNP and Pengurusan Kualiti. And we have Prof. Madya Dr. Azmin Syamramdi as the Timbalan Pengarah Kesarjanaan and Penyelidikan PNP. And we also with us is Puan Safira Rahmat, who is the penolong pendaftar in at our pengajaran pusat. Now the pusat is called Pusat Pengajaran dan Pembangunan Curriculum, has been rebranded. It's still pengajaran UKM, but has been rebranded for curriculum development. Okay, that's all from me for now.
Dr. Hami, can I just add one more?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because I'm also new to the use of Teams, but we've been using it for the last few weeks. And one of the features that I really like is the meeting notes. So I've just created a meeting notes. So if the others want to just go there and kind of like just try to put some notes down and see whether we can collaborate, that's another way, that's another good feature of Teams. That means as you are...
Could you share the screen and like you can
Sure.
see that live?
No, but you can see the meeting notes, right? But can you see the meeting notes?
Haven't shared your screen yet.
Yes, we can see.
You can see, right? I don't need to share my
really?
screen.
Okay.
So you see the 3 dots, more action, and there is the notes, meeting notes. So if others want to just experiment and explore, like when the session is going on, maybe we want to take notes, maybe we want to ask questions that is not something that you want to put in the chat. Maybe that's something that's part of the lesson. So I like this very much. I like this feature. So we can collaborate here as well. We can add to the notes. So I've just started one. I've just started one point, which is what's the difference between calling a meeting through calendar and calling a meeting through setting up of a team, which is what Dr. Helmi said just now. So if you see there, other people can add to that notes as well. Maybe I picked up only 1 or 2 points, then other people can add to that. So the difference between the chat and the notes would be distinct, right? The notes would be things that you can then download and take away with you, whereas the chat is more relaxed, you know, a little bit of bantering going on. Sometimes, do you know what I mean? There's joking going on, but with the notes, it's a little bit more academic, you know. So that's the only thing I wanted to add.
Great, thank you, Dr. Rai. And one more thing is I will add is also the recordings are actually available in the Teams. Okay, let me show you. So let's say, for instance, I think we haven't had one here before. So I'll just go to my faculty, and here, if you see that when you have the recordings, it will pop up here, and anybody who missed the meetings, who didn't participate or came late, can actually see the recording there. Okay, and okay, somebody is assessing. Okay, anyway, all right. So and one thing about Teams is everything is centralized. So all the comments, all the videos are here, and as Dr. Raihana said, the meeting notes will be here. Okay, and yeah, all the comments are here, and it's very centralized. And one more tip for you to create a video call or a video conference call. When you press Meet Now, please add a subject. So, for instance, you're meeting class, class 1. So it's 16 April. I think it's important to put the dates. So you have the meeting and you see Klinik UKMFolio 13 April. So it'll be very structured. It's like, oh, this is the one I wanted to go to, or this is the class on. Maybe, I don't know, medic, like early nutrition. Okay. So early nutrition class on early nutrition 16 April. I think if you thematize that, it'll be very good for structuring your recordings, and it's easier for students to find your recordings. And I think there isn't a limit to that because we did our meetings, pengurusan meetings for 3 hours. And it was smooth, very smooth. So it's available in recording straight after that. So I think it's a very good platform for synchronous teaching. Okay, back to you, Dr. Azmin or Dr. Rai. Anything to add, or Prof. Tong maybe
Just
sharing his experiences on Microsoft Teams.
Are there any questions?
Or maybe Prof.
Yeah, I read.
Okay, yeah, sure. Please, Prof.
No, I'm just reading a question from the chat. Dr. Mawada has asked a question, and if you want to share PowerPoint presentation with audio, how do I change the settings so that student can only view and listen, but cannot download? Which means that they can view online, but sometimes students download the audio and video, and is that possible?
I think if you want to do that, you have to do it through Teams. That means you share your screen, you play it back, then students can only view but cannot download. Anything that you upload is always downloadable.
Can I just ask a quick question? I know this might be a little bit iffy to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Why would we not want our students to download? Is there any particular ethical reason? Just when we know the backstory, we can help out a lot better. So is there a particular reason why we wouldn't want students to download the audio and the visual? Is there something? Don't mean to pry, but I think if we know the reason, we can kind of facilitate it a lot better. Maybe there are legality, maybe there are case studies of a particular patient that you don't want them to disseminate, or circulate. Is there any particular reason? Because I'm sure there are hacks that we can kind of like put in place in terms of the technology that will facilitate that.
Yeah, I think so. Sometimes PowerPoint we have pictures of patients and whatnot in their story. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I probably think that's the point, the most important point.
Sure. Yeah. Dr. Helmi, any ways to do that?
Yeah, I think it's the same as what Dr. Azmi has pointed just now. I mean, you share screen, and I think if you are recording screen, stop recording and explain about that particular ethical thing, and then start recording again when you feel it's safe. So I think to really, let's say, to really menghalang mereka daripada video, I think is hard because they can record your screen. Anyway, in our classes, it's hard too because they can just take pictures, take videos,
Right.
But again, I think the best way is to try to like for your case studies, if the face is there, maybe just put like the black, what you call the hitam tu, apa kotak hitam tu. I don't know what the term is. I don't remember.
Blind.
Blind or something. Yeah. Censored punya black kan? Yeah. Now I remember censored. Okay. Sort of. Yeah. There's different ways to do it. Yeah.
Any other questions? There's a question regarding recording, Dr. Helmi. Can anyone, one of the warga ask, can anyone press stop recording? Meaning students can actually do that? Can. Okay.
Yes. In Microsoft Teams, it's a flexibility that is offered, which has its pros and cons. That's why I put the usually the panduan there. I think I will share it with or Ponsivira has shared, I think, in the chat box in your Teams. If not, she will share it later. I think the panduan is important for all the classes. Start with the panduan or start with the guidelines. I think this is an important tip for the student. They say, they didn't know they can stop. So I don't think our students do that. But if you do not inform that they can't do that, they will try. So maybe a trial session would be good. Like before the actual lecture starts, maybe a 15-minute. Let's try and have fun, click around. And then after that, do the actual session.
And another question regarding collaboration. When we share screen, can students collaborate, like write or draw on? Do you want to show the whiteboard? We did this with FTSM and with the lecturers there last week, I think, and everyone started to sign their name on the whiteboard, and it was just so messy and kecho. You know, the first 5 minutes, everybody was just scribbling on the whiteboard. So that was really fun sight to see. Do you want to share the whiteboard?
Yeah, sure. So how to do that is you click on share, and then there's a whiteboard. So when you click on whiteboard, you can actually draw there. And please have fun with it. We'll give like 1 or 2 minutes to explore. I think this is a good exercise for your students to get, you know, the feel of teams. And looks like it's getting, oh, what happened there? Okay, somebody's actually clicking.
Okay, who's doing this?
I don't know.
It says here whiteboard will not be recorded. Support for recording whiteboard is coming soon. Is that right?
Yeah. So but you can try to have fun there, and let's answer some questions. I'm trying to hook my iPad here, and I will show some things that you can do with an iPad. I think which will be useful. I mean, or your tablet if you have one, which empowers you to do something different in your synchronous teaching. Okay, back to you, Dr.
Dr. Azmi Tamil said the thing that he likes the best about the new version is he can kick out students from the meeting room at the end. Why would you want to kick your students out? Would you like to explain that a little bit? Why do you need to kick them out?
Because one of the problems about having a class online, after the class is over, then you log out, the students are still hanging around inside the class.
Right.
And when as long as they're hanging around, selagi itulah meeting tu tak tamat, the recording is not available.
Right.
So if we kick them out,
good point.
Then the recording will be immediately available. Then I, as the host, can download the recording and edit the video for upload. All right. Okay. This one, Prof. Jemima. Please take note. Semua student dah ada email UKM. It is their nombometric@siswa.ukm.edu.my. Masalahnya semua student ni tak pernah baca surat tawaran. Okay. So please tell them, buka balik surat tawaran. Ada password sementara kat surat tawaran. Okay, I'm getting tired of that. I always kutuk dia balik. Surat pun tak dibaca.
Chill.
Okay, it's a recorded session. I will put that as the intro of the students. I'm kidding. Okay, just kidding.
Okay, any other questions?
Okay, so while waiting for that, let me just show you, let me share my screen while waiting for the question. So I'm actually doing this from my iPad. 3, 2, 1, okay, we're on. Is it on? Yeah, okay, cool. So this is from my iPad, and actually this is another way that you can use your Microsoft Teams. Let's say you have a Word document. Okay, my keyboard is gone. Back. Okay. Let's say you have a Word document and you want to scribble on it. Okay, this is a performa. Okay. Let's say, okay. Oh, there's already scribbling here. Okay. So you can have the draw function here. If you have an Apple Pencil here, if you have it, you can use the pencil to sort of highlight, and maybe, you know, put some annotations, okay, scribblings on that, you know, wrong citation or something, okay, and you know, yeah, you can erase if you want. So it enables for you to let's say replace the paper which you have, and book or thesis. You can just bring one thesis. If you have like 2 theses to mark, put it all here, and you can have annotations. Okay, this is one way to do it, is directly in Microsoft Word. There's another paid app which I really love. This is the best app yet for you know, for let's. Okay, wait. Let me. Yeah. Hello.
For notation.
Yeah, for annotation. Okay, let's say here. Okay, so here.
Is this a paid app, Dr. Helmi?
Yes, it's a paid app, Notability. Yeah.
One-off paid, or do you pay annually?
Yeah, I paid once, so it's like a one-off thing, and I think it's $20. But again, $20 is like one Nando's, right? So it's like so you can korban one Nando's or two Nando's.
$20 or 20 ringgit? $20 or $20?
But it's like a it's a very expensive app, but for me it's like one off. Lepas tu you tak payah bayar forever. So I think it's a very powerful punya app lah. That I recommend, even though I have a lot of paid app, but I recommend the ones that are like the best. The others are free. Okay, so this is one of the, you know, you can actually do again annotations, but you can also draw, and you have the, you know, that I showed you just now. Like you can draw here. Also, you can have this, you know, and like for instance, I'll show you what I do. Okay, katakan this one. So I made note for you know, our orang asli punya ni pendidikan dia lah apa. But this is like research. You can also do that. There's a lot of things that you can do. For instance, notes during the meeting. So we did this. You can put additional pictures. There's a lot of things that you can do here. I think let's see, what else do I do with this? Okay, but usually I do notes. So it replaces your it replaces your pen and pencil. Yeah.
So now you're using your iPad to share on Teams.
Yes, I'm using my iPad to share on Teams. So why do I want to show that? Because it replaces your whiteboard. Because people sometimes, where's my whiteboard? I don't have a whiteboard anymore. But you do have a whiteboard if you have the tool for the whiteboard, right? Dr. Rai is using the Microsoft Surface. So maybe she can show you tips on how to use the stylus there.
Maybe not.
I'm using the iPad here. I can show you the tips on using, let's say, this is the talk yesterday. Okay, I can show you what I did here.
So you're logged in using your iPad right now, or you're logged in?
So I logged in into two accounts. So one is on the laptop where my face is here, and the second one is on my iPad. So here.
You're sharing screen with us using your iPad or with your...
Yes, I'm sharing screen with my iPad. So here, you can see I scribbled it a bit. Well, actually, I didn't draw, so I just, you know, what do you call it? Traced.
Doodle.
And put it here. Yeah, doodled here.
One very important thing you forgot to say, your Teams is on your iPad. That's why you can do this.
Yes, right? Not on the computer, on the laptop.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I'll show you. Thank you. Natasha. You have to, okay, I back up a bit. Actually, you have to install Teams on your iPad using the iPad in the App Store. So I'll just show you here. In the App Store, if you have an iPad, use the App Store. If you have Microsoft, what is it called? Dr. Rai? What the Microsoft one? I don't know. Anyway, if you have Android, it's Google Play. Okay, so you can download Microsoft Teams there. I'm sure there is. So I'm using the Teams app here, Microsoft Teams. Logo still same. And when you press that one, you have actually here 3 buttons, and you can press share. So it's the same procedure. So you have to have
your Notability. Then you go into your Notability
then you can use any app on the iPad to show. For the first one, I used Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word. And then the second one, I use Notability. The third one I show you is Keynote. So Keynote is actually is free. It's a native app. similar with PowerPoint, but I think you can draw and animate using that. Whatever.
Okay, so now to the question somebody asked just now.
Okay, sure,
So
sure.
if everything is in your iPad, then the students can't access any of this file, right?
Yes,
That
but
means
you
you're
can
not
share
sharing
them.
the file with
Yeah.
them, right? So is that
Yeah.
one way?
It's if okay, if you
Because
want to
you will-
share, you can just add it on the chat function just now, right?
Because the question just now was, you want to show them all these things, but you don't want them to download it.
Yes, yes.
So
So
if
they
you
can't
got
download. They cannot download it because this is actually a live showing or a live streaming of, or you call it synchronous teaching, right?
Okay. Is there any questions?
Unless they screen record.
Ah, okay. Sure. Yeah, notability. Yes, I wish. Yeah, no problem. I think I'll route it down. I think it's better. So the first one was Word. Second one was Notability. And the last one was Keynote. Yeah, Notability. True.
Any questions?
Can you, ni soalan Mac versus Microsoft Teams. I've been asking around because I was caught in the politics of this hari Isnin hari tu. I couldn't share my Safari. Of course, I couldn't share my Safari, but I couldn't share my Google Chrome as well. Yeah. So how do you survive sharing screen dalam menggunakan MS Teams, menggunakan laptop Mac?
Dr. Azmi, Dr. Helmi?
Sorry, the question was using a Mac, is it, Prof?
Yes, using Mac to share screen. Your macam, okay, I know PowerPoint boleh share lah dekat MS Teams. Tapi adakah Keynote boleh share dalam MS Teams? Safari saya try hari tu tak boleh. Tapi saya guna Google Chrome pun tak boleh nak share melalui MS Teams. Tapi saya guna MacBook lah.
I think
Actually, it's a share screen, Prof. I'll just share my screen and show you how it's done, because it's not the. Okay, I'll just wait, let me screenshot for you. Okay, I think it's better. Okay, when I screenshot here. Okay, where is the screenshot? Okay, here. Okay, as you can see here. Oh, sorry, Dr. Rai. Candid. Okay. Anyway, so when you press screen share, Prof, do not press window. Do not press PowerPoint, but press desktop. On the Mac. Yeah.
Right.
When you share your desktop, everyone can see what's on your desktop. So if you open Safari, if you open Keynote, if you open any document, PDF pun boleh lihat. But if you use PowerPoint, only PowerPoint will be shown.
Right.
Can you share Safari now? Can you share your Safari?
Sure. So I'm sharing my Safari now, and yeah, it works fine.
So boleh lah akhirnya sebenarnya.
Boleh. Sepatutnya semua boleh. Maksudnya any file. Yes. But not PowerPoint, but on the desktop. So,
Right.
It's the same on iPad also. Share your screen on the iPad. So here actually I'm opening Chrome. Okay, Safari pun boleh. Any document actually. Video on video. Let's say here.
I think the key point here, you have to install Teams on your Mac or your iPad. So when you install Teams or Mac on your iPad, then it will work.
Okay.
Our problem is some of the Mac user ataupun iPad user, dia punya OS yang lama. So bila dia try download Teams, tak boleh install.
Oh.
Okay. So I got some my department lecturers, dia orang ada Mac yang lama. So bila dia orang try download Teams, lepas download Teams, notebook dia orang terus hang, tak boleh pakai. So please take note that nak pensyarah kena invest sikit lah agar dapat equipment yang bersesuaian. Saya tahu most of us pakai Windows XP kat office kan, ada yang Windows 2000 kan. But nak tak nak kita kena usahalah untuk dapatkan equipment yang bersesuaian.
Right.
Can I share my experience? Then I'm also using by the way, I'm Azmin. I'm also using MacBook. MacBook ni memang dia dah ada Teams in the one of the apps lah dalam MacBook ni. So when I use that, I cannot share screen. But when I download through Office 365, download the Teams, now I can use more features.
Okay.
Even though yang bila masuk yang apps dekat dalam MacBook yang asal dah memang ada tu, the same account boleh, tapi features dia tak ada. Whereby I can share screen semua tu tak boleh. That was the first experience lah using MS Team. Later when I try to sebab masa we all meeting orang lain boleh share, so I'll try to check. Rupanya when I go into Office 365, download the Teams, maybe that's the new version, that's how I can share screen lah. So maybe that's your experience lah. So maybe you should download the Teams instead of using app yang dalam MacBook.
Assalamualaikum, mohon laluan boleh tak? Boleh. Saya Linda daripada Perubatan Family Medicine. Nak tanya mengenai yang setting up teams. I've already created a team using class, not PLC. Dah included all the members. So sekarang ni kalau I nak change to PLC, because Prof Tang mentioned just now that we can invite people who are not in, who don't have Teams kan, untuk be inside the meeting kalau guna PLC. So how can I do that? Dr. Helmi?
Yes. Wait, I'm trying to, I actually haven't tried that. That's a good question. Let me get back to you on that. Let me try.
This one, my own experience lah.
Yeah.
My own experience, sebab for me nak create teams ni very fast. So bila I buat sekali salah, I just delete that team, I create new one.
Kan, yeah.
It's very fast because nak add email ni, I just copy paste je. I memang dah ada senarai text file kat sebelah kiri. I copy
Tapi
paste.
kalau ramai, Tazmi, kalau ramai.
Sebab saya, my class ada dalam 43 orang, 44 orang. I just copy paste je sekejap je.
Tapi kalau kita create new team, nanti the post yang in old team dah habis lah, hilang.
That means the team, you tak payah nak delete yang the old teams. You can just create another one to cater for another larger group yang ada guest.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Tapi Prof Azmi, can you show us how you paste the list of email? And as you know, a shortcut for us, we have a list of email. Tak payah enter satu-satu.
Tak, memang saya copy paste satu-satu. Tapi I right click left click.
Oh, I see.
Because I my screen is quite big. I got a large notebook thanks to Inyas here. So I put on the left side senarai email, right side is the Teams. Right click copy, pergi kanan right click paste. Then sebab you please take note, jangan type nama. Kalau type nama, it takes a while for the system to search for the name, and you may not find the name. But if you type the email address, sekejap je keluar. And for students, for me, I just type on the whole address. I just copy paste the matrix number, tu keluar. Okay.
Oh, matrix number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Okay.
Thanks for the tips.
I have another question.
Please do.
About setting up a meeting. Because I've already set up my students as members, can a member set up a meeting on their own and manage the meeting?
Thinking.
Sorry, come again. What's the question?
Our student tu kita ada status dia member kan, it's not owner. So can a member set up their own meeting? Meaning that we don't have to be in there if they want to have classes among them using Teams.
Yes, bro. Dia boleh buat. I mean, they can set up a meeting, and they can set up video call. kan tadi tu we can break up into rooms because it's very flexible. Moderator can also set up and students also can set up.
Oh, I see. So maknanya yang meet up tu bukan kita owner sajalah, moderator saja. Student pun boleh set up sendiri. Call us ke apa ke?
Yes.
Alright, I see. Thank you.
Sure.
Dr. Helmi, the other day we were talking about how you can remotely control my screen. Sometimes students have assignment on and we really want to add something on and type on their piece of work, whatever. So how do you do that?
Let me share my desktop, and now I can give you control or you can request control. Let's say let me open one Word document, and then let's see if you can type on that, Prof.
Okay.
Let's try. Okay, I'll just put a blank document with this. Oh, okay. Testing for remote teaching. Okay. Okay, now can you request the screen? How do you? Yeah. There's a button here. Where is it? Here, I think. I don't have it because I'm. Dr. Azmi, can you try to request my screen and show how it's done? Or you can try to. Okay, Azmi is trying. Doctor, can you screenshot what you did just now to share?
I just bukan mengangkat screen tu ada butang request
Dr.
for
Azmi,
control.
your mic is off.
Your mic is off.
Sorry, I'm seeing two mics right now. Your mic and my mic.
Okay.
There's on my screen. There's a button. They call it request for control. It is right beside the phone.
Can you snap that? Can you screenshot?
I screenshot sekarang ni. Okay, I screenshot balik Screenshot.
Okay, I give you control.
Okay. Yeah. Control screen. Okay, desktop. Yeah. Keypad. Sorry. Paint.
Dr. share kat mana tu?
Okay. So kau nampak ni, ada butang request control kat bawah ni. Okay. So I just click on the request control, then I get control. Okay. Alright, I'm releasing the control. Okay, all yours.
Okay. Okay, I'll share the screen again. So, if Prof. Tong, can you request control and try to do something on my screen?
I've requested. Waiting for approval.
Requested, and let me screenshot for you for that here. Okay, and you can see here I have to press allow. When I press allow, so now you can control my screen. So ST here. So here you can see ST. That is you controlling. Can you type?
That is so cool.
Or not?
I'm trying to type, but I couldn't seem to type.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I haven't tried this before. That's why I'm gonna try
You can see the icon. He's there.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. The icon follow my arrow. If I'm going to click on it.
Okay. Let's try for a web browser because I think we did it with. I don't know if it's a Mac thing. So let's try. If can you type something there?
Let me see. Search.
I know. I think maybe it's a Mac Windows issue. You're using a Windows, is it? Let's try.
I'm using Windows desktop. That's right.
We tried with we tried it in Faculty Pendidikan, and for the smart attendance. So people, I don't have the My UKM, and they type their what do you call? They type in, and it could be done. Could you try it, Dr. Azmi? Share your screen.
So I'm see, how do I stop my remote control? Like I have.
You can stop, or I just press stop sharing. When I press
Okay.
stop sharing, that's it. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to try to Azmi? Maybe are you using a Windows or Mac?
Windows.
So Azmi, Mike.
Windows.
Okay, let's try with Windows. Maybe it works.
So you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, I mean like buka Word ke?
Alright,
File.
okay.
Yeah, let's try with that.
Desktop. Okay, have fun. Blank document. Siapa nak try? Go ahead.
Okay. Open his files and check out what's in his folders.
I die. Keluar semua AliExpress shopping list. Okay, allow. I'm going to allow Helmi. Okay, all yours.
Okay, let me try.
Oh, spooky, man.
Helmi.
Woo.
Oh, it can.
Helmi was here, right?
So
Here.
Yeah, just to clarify, you actually allow control, meaning control on the share screen material, but it doesn't really allow control in other function in the computer, isn't it?
You can always try.
Yes, actually, I can.
Oh, die like this. Okay, whoops. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
But I mean, since the presenter is controlling, I mean, the Azmi is also controlling his screen. He can just end the session.
Sure.
Like, end the screen share and nobody can have a look. So
That's the
think
thing.
it's a problem.
I cannot even. Okay, now I can.
Stop screen sharing.
Alright.
Okay.
Die lah like this.
Yeah, well.
Thank you. Wow, that's interesting.
Yes.
Oh, I like Kuman but not COVID. There's a comment there.
Any questions from warga Perubatan? We're getting a bit carried away, geeking on our technology here.
But it's good actually. I mean,
It's fun,
you want to
but
make it fun. Yes, actually,
Sure.
technology is fun. You know.
sure. Any questions from any of our friends from Perubatan?
I have a question. When I tried with web interface and app, the app doesn't get updated so quickly, and often is it because I have to log out and log in again in the app in order to get update? Sometimes it doesn't get updated for some time, even though people have post material on the web. So that's my dilemma. Do we really have to log out and log in? Because I did that, only it gets updated in my app. Example.
You're referring to Teams, Prof?
No, an example. For example, somebody from USM has invited me through Microsoft Teams, and obviously he used USM account, and hence I will be acting as a host. So if I use my app, it doesn't get updated. I have two teams, so I have to go to web before I can see what's happening in the team that we share. And the next day I log out and log in, then the team from USM only appeared in my app interface. So how is that the normal case, or do we need some way to refresh our application? Some don't know which one to use now.
I've actually have never had that issue, but I don't know, Dr. Azmi, maybe installing the app again, or
the thing is, that thing happened to me also, because Microsoft added me into the university group for the support on Microsoft Teams. The whole thing is only updated the next day, but when I was inside the Microsoft Teams, when I was going around inside the app itself, I can jump from one group to another. There is on the left side, there is a login account when you are a guest inside somebody else's place, and when you are a user inside your own team. So right now I'm set 3 different group on the left side. So it is a difference of logging on.
Right.
So that is what I'm getting under my own software, under application.
Yeah. I do have that too, but that only comes the next day. It's
Right.
a lag time. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Other question?
So there's a question there. This request control. So the screen share control is only limited to the session only. Yes, it's only limited to the session only. And boleh letak gambar girlfriend or boyfriend on your desktop? Yes, I think we should clean that up. Yes.
Too much information. Yes, yes.
Shows on your desktop. Put it in a folder somewhere inside if you want. If you're okay with that, it's okay.
There's a question on calendar issue. Dr. Nick, you want to explain, elaborate that? What issue? I couldn't quite recall.
If you don't have the calendar app, we will give you an email, and you can just email PTM and they will respond in 6 hours. Okay. Is that somebody? Or is that my
Basically, this calendar issue is sporadic. Some people got it, some people don't have it. So for those who don't have it, don't worry. You just email the people in PTM Bangi. Within 2 hours, you will get it back. So most of us get it. Let's say we post on Asar, Maghrib, but they are even working after office hours, just like us. Okay.
Can we give the email address now so that they can get it done straight away?
I cannot jump screen. Okay, anybody who can jump screen, please copy and paste because I'm recording my screen.
Wait, sure.
I'm looking for it myself. Is it the admin_office 365?
Yes.
That's the one.
Yes.
Okay, I will just write it down here.
Cool.
Any other questions?
There's a question. May I know how to share the desktop screen? Yeah, I'll just show you again. So again, it's the arrow here. So it's beside your microphone. So it's an arrow pointing to the top. But now because I'm sharing, so it's stop sharing here. So that's the icon for screen sharing. So this is, I think, a very crucial feature in teaching and learning online or synchronous. So you have to share your screen by using that icon. And don't forget, you can also record your session by using the more button here, the 3 button here, and then you can press, start recording.
May I request, maybe perhaps show us how to upload some assignment so that students can work on it, and then they can share their work together with the team members, somewhat like Google Doc or something like that.
Yeah, sure. So let me share my screen first. So how to do that is you share your screen and go back to Teams. Go to the Teams that is your class. Okay. And add an attachment here. Okay. Let's say upload from my computer. Okay, I don't have any. Let me stop. Do you have anything? Don't have a Word file. Okay, okay, I'll just, okay, it's okay. I'll just put this on. I'll delete it later. Okay, this is a transcript. Okay,
Somebody download it fast before Helmi.
it's okay. It'll be a paper soon. Don't worry about it. Okay, so yeah, you can do it here, and actually to collaborate. Oh, do you have any So actually, if you go here to your files, okay, first of all, you have to upload the file. Okay, upload the file here. Okay, transcript salah je. Okay, anyway, so you upload the file here, and when you go to files, okay, click on the doc file, and you actually can edit or start conversation. Okay, let's say you want to edit. It opens this SharePoint, and actually you can just edit here straight away in Word. So let's say Prof. Ali didn't say this. Oh, this was maybe if you want to use review and track changes, you can also track changes here for everyone. Okay, let's say okay, Prof. Ali didn't say this. Okay. Right. So you can do track changes here, and if you want to comment here on the side, you can do new comment. This is right. Okay, correct. Right. My English is like okay. Yeah, and you can do this. See, so if you have the comment section here, and you can press comments, and it'll be it's actually Microsoft Word, but Microsoft Word online. Okay? And when you
Dr.
finish,
Helmi, a quick question.
Mhm.
We can upload all these documents prior to the meeting, right?
Exactly.
And our team members can access all of it, even if we uploaded it before the meeting began, right?
True.
Yeah. There's a question here dari warga perubatan. If the student upload their assignment in Teams, can his or her colleagues access the document?
Cannot.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes. Actually, it's better to do it in upper UKMFolio. I think it's better there because you have privacy features, and actually when you it's there's a list of assignments, like if you have 20 assignments, 3 assignments are submitted, you have the due dates there, you have the cut-off point, you have the reminder there. I think it's better to do it in UKMFolio. But for discussion and synchronous discussion, I think you can do it here. You also can do it in channel if you want. So let's say, but that's going to take a hassle. But I think for PhD supervision, master supervision, or undergrad supervision, you can do an add a channel. Let's say add a channel with Dr. Rai as my student. So I'll just chat with her and put all the comments there. I think and put all the documents there. That would work. Yeah, that would work for supervision. But I think for assignments, I think it would be a hassle to put 100 people on the channel. It doesn't work with that. Yeah.
There is a question here, Dr. Helmi. Question stroke comment regarding students not. Earlier, I had some problems with this. My students couldn't upload the file or open the files I posted up, but later the problem was solved. Not sure whether that's a temporary glitch or some settings issue.
Interesting. I think the key thing to work in using technology, if you have any problems, just restart the app. If you have further problems, restart your PC. I'm sorry, but that's like the generic way. I mean,
I think there's a question coming through.
Yeah.
I wrote that actually because early on I thought it was something problem. I tried with SharePoint, then I tried with putting my Google Docs, my Google Drive link there, and had to set permissions so that they can access it without logging in. Then only they could. But subsequently, after the next day, one of my other students managed to upload their file. Earlier on, I was like freaking out because my students said, "Doctor, I cannot upload the file." Okay, I upload for you. Then when I upload for them, they said, "Doctor, I cannot open the file you uploaded." Aduh. So that was my issue lah. So I don't know. I did email Microsoft because there's a button there for feedback or support, right?
Sure.
So I emailed them, but I don't think I gave them enough details for them to solve it. So I guess it somehow resolved on their own. Not sure.
Yeah, thank you. I really don't know, but I think maybe Microsoft did help you in that regard. But again, I think we have to see. But I think just restarting your app sometimes works. It doesn't work all the time, but that's a generic tip, I think.
Okay. We will try that next time because it occurred from the evening until night time. Until the next day.
Right.
Oh, that's a long time. Okay.
Right.
It's weird.
Never mind, they will improve on their own.
Any questions?
Yeah, I think people may still have to go and experience it and before discover more challenges. Oh, there's a question coming. If the students submit their assignment via Microsoft Teams, can this be linked to UKMFolio? Will submitting assignments through Microsoft Teams better than using UKMFolio?
My suggestion, you decide on one for assignment. For me, I use UKMFolio for all my assignments because Teams is a bit messy to navigate, and UKMFolio is much more structured. And the best part about UKMFolio, they have all the supports at the other end for assignments, for grades, whatever. Teams, the only advantage they have over the UKMFolio is the unlimited file size. So my suggestion to lecturers, for assignments, you better use UKMFolio. Personally, on my part, I use Teams only to share my videos, my notes, and to structure the session for the meetup. But all the other assignments, I do it on the UKMFolio.
And I'll just add that I love using Teams for supervision because the supervision is captured and the students can come back to it and look at it, and whatever sharing is just between you and your student, your master's PhD student, you know?
And one more thing to add about that supervision is you have dates and actually you have evidence of supervision, because sometimes students claim, oh, the supervisor is so busy, I didn't have any dates, and then you can't claim. But I think it's good to have the tangible dates and actually evidence that you did that. I think it's good. Online helps us in terms of that, the dates and actually tangible evidence that you did do supervision or work, or the students submitted something. Oh, I submitted yesterday at your mailbox. But no, I didn't receive that. At your pigeonhole yesterday. Padahal dia letak baru tadi, so we don't know, right? You don't have any. But if you have the online assignment, it's like 10:10. You send it late 10 minutes, so we have the evidence. So I think it helps us in some sort of way. And for UKMFolio and Microsoft Teams, I agree with Dr. Azmi. UKMFolio is structured in that way.
Yeah.
I recommend using Teams only for synchronous sessions and recording of the synchronous sessions. So I think that's a powerful thing to do. And while you're having that, you can have breakout rooms. So it's like actually having a class, but not in your lecture hall or a hospital, but doing it in an online space where we are far from COVID.
There's another question, Dr. Helmi. May I know whether individual lecturers' workload uploaded into UKMFolio or Microsoft Teams are being tracked? The Big Brother watching and all the rest of it, is that happening? Everybody wants to know. Okay, Big Brother / Big Sister, so we're not going to be gender specific, yeah.
Well, I mean, tracking is a big, what do you call it? Actually, if you want to say about tracking, your smartphone is actually tracked okay, by Google. So and all I mean IT companies. So I mean, if you want to really go to tracking, it's a big thing. Of course, to a certain extent, you can follow tracks. I mean, what you put online. You can't deny that. But I think nobody wants to know what you like. In teaching and learning, I think it's very open. So nobody wants to know what did you say to your students. It's like we want to know like activity in your class. Is it like how many students interacted? Was it active? So we want to know in the teaching and learning perspective. I think there's a line. I think PTM has put guidelines for ethics. So there's always face-to-face ethics. We have it, and I think there's two worlds: physical ethics and digital ethics. So don't worry about it. I think we also have digital ethics, and as a digital citizen, you always have these ethics. Yes.
Just kind of like add to it. She didn't mean she didn't mean in terms of like the Big Brother eavesdropping and all the rest of it. But this is more for assessment purposes. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Assessment purposes. Okay, assessment purposes. Definitely it will be linked to SPPU and our yearly appraisal or KPI. I think because UKMFolio was used before for the blended learning status. I think this year also I don't know. We will have that official. But definitely it will be used for appraisal. I'm not sure for this year. We'll see if the coronavirus pandemic affects the appraisal things. But we'll have to see. But definitely because it's official, so I think there is a weightage in that sense.
There's a good question here. Sorry, Prof. Tong, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to add on that. Yes, it is. I mean, data is there available for us to look at. It is our intention that matters. And when we look at the data, how much material is uploaded, what the interactiveness of student, it's not really just to attract, as correctly said. And we just want to know what are the feedbacks, any improvement can be done on that. It is more for teaching learning improvement, and therefore data, yes, as you upload, we kind of know what data is uploaded and what are things there. But we will keep to our ethics of how the data will be used in some sense. Yeah, you might just add that.
There's a good question here dari warga Perubatan. Hi, it says that I need OneDrive for business to attach files here. One Microsoft Teams. How can I enable it? Anybody wants to take that? Prof, do you want to get online and speak to
Dr. Azmi maybe can answer that.
Can? All right.
Okay. When we got the ukm.edu.my, the ukm.edu.my comes with 26 Microsoft applications license.
Right.
And one of them is OneDrive. So the best advice I can give to you is go to office.com, log in as your ukm.edu.my account, click on apps, the software is there. Please go through the OneDrive, and when you go through the OneDrive, there is a button to set on how you want to configure that OneDrive as. And that one you can share it inside your Teams. But please take note, the notes on how to use OneDrive is already available on UKMFolio F001. Okay, just go there.
Can you go slow? You're a little bit too fast. Okay, so you got OneDrive.
Okay, go to office.com.
Office.com.
Log in using your password. Okay, on the right side, you click on your password.
When you say password,
okay, it's there. You already log in. There you can see there under apps, all apps. You click on. You can just download that OneDrive. But please take note that there are two versions. The one that you click here, they might trigger you to go to the web version.
Right.
So try to install the application version. So you may have to go under the top right side, install Office, and install everything there.
What's the benefit of having it? Because it's a cloud-based application, right?
Yes.
OneDrive, am I right?
But if
What's the benefit
you download it, you can automatically synchronize so that all the contents of your folder from your notebook or from your desktop is uploaded to the OneDrive cloud. Then you can work at home or at office and still accessing the same files.
And the file is in cloud or in your gadget?
It is in the cloud. Whenever you do any work, it is updated. They synchronize each other. So,
but you download OneDrive first.
Because to me, I just install the Office and with all the supporting apps. So it helps in that sense. So up to you all whether you want to use the web version or you want to use the application version. But the whole point here, it is already available to all UKM lecturers.
Using UKM address, email address.
Even PP.
Is it the same?
Okay. Even PPUKM got another similar setup. Right now, I got PPUKM and I got UKM. And the best part, I can install 5 computers to run Office on using the PPUKM account. Another 5 computers to run on the UKM account. So I can support 10 devices.
Just PCs, actually 5 devices.
Yes, 5 devices.
So you want iPad and then iPhone. So you can have like 5 devices.
Yes.
And one more thing to maybe add what Dr. Azmi has explained. Actually, for OneDrive desktop or OneDrive that is installed app in your device, it helps to, for instance, you don't have internet. You're going on a plane with your tab. Suddenly, oh, tak ada internet lah. So you can actually work on your document on your tab or on your iPad or on your Mac or on your laptop. Okay, so I think there's a difference between cloud and having it local and cloud. So the desktop version or app version. Share what Dr. Azmi has informed us just now. Actually, we have it in UKMFolio 001, or you press Jom Mulakan, and it's here actually available at navigasi, komunikasi dan grouping. So it's available in navigation, the part kongsi file besar guna OneDrive. So here Dr. Azmi talks about how to use Office. How to use Microsoft Office OneDrive. Maybe, okay. So how to use OneDrive and Google Drive. I think the two is good, is great. So you can either use one or both. Google Drive, you have unlimited storage, and OneDrive, you have, I think, 10 terabytes. So it's so big. I don't think it will run out. Okay. One question that is here in the chat is like, is it worth it to create materials online and worth the hassle? For me, yes, because I've been using my let's say I don't have slides, but I'm using my online material, digital material from 2015. So I joined UKM in 2015, and I've been using the same material, but I've been changing the case studies because let's say basics of anatomy. It doesn't change, right? Like the basics of medicine. It's like 5 principles, so it's like 5.
I got.
Dr. Helmi, you're hanging.
Rasa notebook habis bateri kot.
Cantik pula tu gambar hanging dia.
Okay. This one just for you, those who are interested, there are some new features under Microsoft Teams. So under Microsoft Teams, one of the new features that is nice, if you click on the dot in the middle of the screen, you can see that you can show background effects. For those who don't have the show background effects, you have to download the latest version to get this. So otherwise, you only get blur background only. So under show background effects, you can be in the space, you can be in your office. One of my friends, he even take photograph of his own office, and he can pretend to his boss he is always in the office. Okay.
Why? Why? I mean, oh my goodness.
So
be here. I want to be.
So maksudnya ini features untuk latest version.
Latest version. Dia sebenarnya benda ni dah announced last week, but it was only rolled out for Malaysia this week. Okay. So you can get it. So that is one. That is one of the advantage. The other things that, as I mentioned just now, the new thing that was announced for us is the fact that after this, the recording, you can set that only the host can start and only the host can stop.
Okay.
Okay, that's the second. The third option that is nice is in the sense that once the meeting is over, you can kick out everybody from the room and to end the session. So that is the three biggest advantage under the new system. Okay. All right. I hand on back to Helmi. I think he's back already.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Dr. Azmi, just FYI, you use the word kick out with such glee, you know, like you just
me out.
enjoy it so
anyway,
much.
Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, what was I saying? I don't remember actually.
You were shaking your hand like that.
Anyway, it's okay.
Something really powerful. I can't remember. Microsoft
Teams. My dive there. Anyway, it's okay. So again, yes, about the materials. So yeah, so I've been using the same material actually, but I'm changing the case studies, adding more materials. I think if you have you know, like some materials like that you do, because if you do PowerPoint slides, the problem is you have to keep updating the PowerPoint slides because, you know, you keep changing the case studies. But if you break everything up, let's say basics of medicine. So these are the 5 concepts. That's it. And then another slide, you know, case study. And then another slide, case study 2, case study 3. So you don't have to change the basic one because it's there. Change the case study. So I think segmenting that, I think, is a good way in using the digital sense, because you don't want to dump it all in one slide. Oh, everything's there. Just look at it there. I think segmenting is one key part of online education nowadays.
You know, there's this very good comment on the chat. There will be a lot of people who's going to put a lot of effort. Yeah. Will this be affecting our assessment, our teaching and learning assessment? I will answer this as somebody who's reaching my 25th year in UKM. 1st June, I'll be entering my 25th year in UKM. And I will say this, you know, as much as you want to be recognized for the things that you do, you want to sustain your passion in the teaching and learning in your career as an educator. After about 4 or 5 years, the passion kind of dwindles and you kind of need something to keep yourself going, you know, and the things that we are sharing today, the things that we're learning together today on how to improve our teaching and learning, it's really more for us, not just for our students, but for us to ignite the passion in our teaching and learning. Because after a few years, it gets a drag, you know, just to kind of do the same thing, the same PowerPoint slides. And so if you're able to kind of spice it up for yourself by doing all these extra things, that would actually help you sustain in your career as an educator. That's just my 2 cents. You know, because I kind of felt burnt out after around, I think, year 16, 17. I just felt like I wanted to quit. So there are moments like that, especially when it comes to teaching and learning, because you're doing the same thing and new batches of students are coming in. And after a while, you're like, oh my God, this is a drag. You know, I've said this last year, I've said this the last 12 years or whatever, you know, it's the same thing and I'm saying again and again, but the new group of students are enjoying it for the first time, but you're not. So how do you kind of, how do you spice it up for yourself? It's through these kind of innovative way of teaching, using new ways and bringing in a different input, perhaps. That's just my opinion.
True, and we usually use the word learn, unlearn, relearn. But again, I mean, I take like every semester I change everything. So
Same.
I get bored very quickly, so I just change everything each semester. And I think before this we tried blogs and said, oh, this will work definitely. Nobody answered. It's like, oh my God, why? Okay, then I changed to Facebook groups. Like, okay, everybody's going here. So, and then we change. Now we're working with Maxis. Like, oh, this is cool. Let's work with them. And then we did green screen. Oh, this is hard. Okay, let's do something else with this. I mean, it keeps you again. I agree with Dr. Rice. Like, it keeps you motivated. You want to change. Oh, it's so boring. The same things. And I think, again, with students, they can see your face, your passion, your eye muka sebenarnya. Dia nampak sebenarnya kalau you. It's like, oh my God, he's not interested. I mean, they can see it, your passion. And I think that shows during your teaching and learning. And I think it's a good way for you to improve yourself. Yeah.
We've got two very good questions here. Number one is, for the meeting note, is this only available to those writing the notes or could it be accessed by other members of the meeting? Can everyone see the notes right now?
Yes, actually, yes. I'll just share the screen and show you how it's done. So in Microsoft Teams, you click on Teams. You go to your Teams here, and it's available on meeting notes here.
Oh.
Yeah, and we have this.
Some good notes there.
Yeah, your notes is there. I think it's lovely that people are taking notes, and I agree. I mean, empowering everybody because sometimes students take notes and it's from their perspective, and you get it's like, I get I didn't understand what Helmi was talking about, Dr. Helmi was talking about, but I understand what my students from the perspective of students. Sometimes they get it, and again, our recording I think is still a powerful thing. I think it's still a powerful thing because you have diverse types of learners. Sometimes I need to see the recording 10 times. Sometimes I need to see it slower. I need to stop, and rewind again. And again, I've talked about this a lot of times in our workshops. Is that sometimes I get it today, and then yesterday, Dr. Roy was talking about something interesting. How do I do that? I was like, oh my God, I forgot. It was yesterday. So you can go back to the recording and see how it's done. I think because teaching and learning process, I think reflection and I think reflection is part of that, and I think video recordings help in that aspect.
And another aspect of active learning is the more students are able to articulate the learning that happens in their own words, the more active that learning is. That means they're not just listening to you, but they are kind of like thinking about it and then they're putting it down on paper in terms of what they have understood. So that note section, if we take the last 10 minutes of class, for instance, to review that note section, that allows you to check, did they get it? Are they understanding it right? They're not just verbatim taking down your points, but they're putting it in their own words, and you can check whether they have understood or not. So I like that feature very much. There's another question, a basic question. It says there's no such thing as a basic question in our class. Okay, all questions are good questions. So how do you choose the participants that you want to view?
This one I answered already in the chat. Just
sorry.
right click on top of the person. You see the dot there. On the dot that you see, then you just right click, then you select pin. Let's say I want to see Helmi and you all the time. I just can pin you and Helmi only on my screen.
Again.
Right click on the person speaking. You see the triple dot there. After you see the triple dot, then you can click on the pin button. Okay.
Right click on the three dots.
Right now I'm looking at your face with the interesting backdrop now. So I want to pin you so that you are in the middle of my screen. You can see on the right side of your name there's a 3 dots there. I click on the 3 dot there. I click pin. Now you are in the middle of my screen with the beautiful science fiction backdrop at the back there.
That means you get to select from the list of people.
That's how I do. That's why I always select the 4 nicest people to put on my screen.
Oh, now it's changed from nicest. Yesterday was prettiest. Okay. Okay. Joking.
Yeah. Okay. There's a point from one of our friends from Perubatan. She's addressing me, but I think it's worth sharing. Yes, we are burnt out a lot. I do enjoy doing the material on UKMFolio and my teams, but it does take up a lot of time. But when it works, I cheer. But sometimes knowing that UKM will appreciate even the teeniest bit helps. I will still do that based on passion. But I think there is, Dr. Chai Eng, I think there is effort on the part of UKM. Maybe if Prof. Kamal can say something as well, that there is effort on part of UKM to acknowledge this through the new SPPU, component E. I know there is, but I don't know the full story to it. I think it's still being developed. But VC is also, because 2020 he wants it to be not just about research and publications and grants, but it's also empowering teaching and learning. So for those of us who are passionate in this, it will be recognized, but let's kind of do it for our own passion, to ignite and to sustain our own passion, and then slowly the society will catch up, the institution will catch up.
And I would just like to add on Dr. Rai's point there. Actually, you can also, if you're interested, you can also go for certifications and awards. For instance, you can go for the Apple Teacher, which is free, and you can go for Google Educator, which is
Dr. Azmi gelak, kenapa ya?
Something I don't remember, but yeah. But Apple Teacher is free, and then you can go for Distinguished Educator, which is available 2 years, and maybe for the ACRI. I don't know what's the new name for it, Dr. Rai? ACRI, right?
Yes, APRS was the previous one.
Previously, okay. So ACRI Awards or the Anugerah Negara Awards, you can ask Dr. Rai on how her experiences on doing that, and then and getting that. And for the second thing is actually all your what you're doing actually can be turned into research as well. Even though you want to stay in teaching, but actually you can do it because I've done quite a number of papers that I use all this data and create good papers. And actually one paper was that one was with JMIR. I think everybody knows JMIR here because I think it's a quite good journal for medical. So I did one on social media addiction with UK. So it was published there. So I think there's a lot of possibilities. You can tweak it up, see the patterns of learning. What types did you do? I think there's a lot of interest in that, and have a look at journals in medical fields. And I think the impact factor is quite good in medical terms, because if in social science it's very hard, 4 is the highest. So
I know, right?
There's a lot of possibilities there too. So you can have a look at awards and then research too.
There's a question for Prof. Azmi. How do you do the background picture? Yes, you don't want to be in your room. You want to be somewhere else.
Okay, I'm not sure what is showing right
Your
now.
mic.
Sharing the screen.
Okay.
Your mic.
Okay, I try again. Okay, this is my.
Dr. Azmi, your mic.
Okay. Sorry.
Dia nak share tapi dia
Okay,
tak share.
so I'm sharing my screen right now. Okay, Dr. Pham, you can see here on the screen, I have this control button there. For the control button, you have this triple dot. You click on the triple dot, they have this show background effects. If yours is the old one, they show just blur background. So you have to wait for your Windows to update so that you to get this. So you click on show background effects. You have all these different effects on the right side, and you can choose whichever that you like. This one, unfortunately, I cannot find your own one. Under other software, you can upload your own picture.
Alright.
But so for this one, I have yet to find where they store this picture. Once I find where it is, I will change the pictures to something much more suitable. Okay, so you just select whichever that you like. Like just now, for me, I can just select to be in the classroom. I can select to be on the Golden Gate Bridge or whatever. Then you just click OK. Then they'll change. Okay, all right.
Dr. Azmi, quick question. When you say Windows will update, because mine, we've been using Teams every day last week and this week, the last few weeks actually. Then suddenly yesterday I had this background. Before that I didn't, but I didn't update anything myself. So is that like automatic?
It's automatic. What happened was last week when I found out about the new features, I tried to force it by going to Windows Update. And I went through 3 different Windows Update version, trying to force to get the new themes. But according to the Microsoft website, they say they will roll it out by the region. And turned out Malaysia was about 2 days ago.
Right,
okay,
cool.
So just take note of that.
Okay, there's another very good question here. No basic question, people. I have not tried recording a meet yet. How many people are allowed to record a meet, and how do we access the recordings after? It's a good question.
Okay, this one, basically whenever you press the 3 button there is a button on recording. So usually under the old system, anybody can switch on and switch off. Under the new Microsoft Teams, the host can set so that only he can on and off the recording. So
how do you set that?
It is under you have to go back to your channel or your whatever your meetup, and so that only you have the on and off your setting. So you have to go back to the settings of the group. Okay, so that way you will stop other people from shutting down your recording. All right. Okay.
And follow-up question, how do you access the recordings after?
If you open up back that page, exactly at the same timeline of that place, you will see that the recording is there. But please take note, the recording will only be displayed after everybody has been kicked out from the group, from the meetup. So if if there is even one person inside the group, the recording will not be available. So that is why the new feature of being able to terminate the meeting for everybody is good. Okay.
But don't you also get an email notification? Because I do. When I finish my sessions with my student, I usually get an email notification saying that the recording is ready.
Maybe for your respective group, but for other people's group, I don't get it. But the thing is right now, it does not really matter because the whole thing is available inside the timeline and you can see it. But please take note, to be able to download the stream, only the person recording it can download.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Dr. Azmi, for allowing that, I think it's important to share. For the classes in disabling that. Is it here under member permission?
Correct. It is in this place. You have to go through and set accordingly. I have yet to change mine, so I did not really change the settings. But I read the Microsoft Teams. They call it update list. So inside the update list, they stated that they now allow the options of to record on and off up to the person, up to the host or the creator to do it.
I wouldn't dare to touch any of these things. I might mess it up. I would just keep it as it is, you know. So
Can always delete and redo again.
There's a question here. We run video during meeting, right? By share desktop also, right?
Yes, it's the same.
We can run video during meeting and by sharing desktop. Is that right? Is that the way to go about sharing videos?
Yes. Let's say the concept of sharing desktop is you can show anything that is on your desktop, video, PowerPoint, PDF. You know, I think that is the question, right? So when I showed on the iPad, so you can share anything on your iPad, on your Surface. So I think it enables you to draw, because on a laptop you can't draw, so you have to change devices for drawing. So I think that gives the possibilities. I think the possibilities are endless if you share your desktop.
But you're sharing the desktop, it doesn't mean that they can access your desktop. By sharing, you mean you can only show what's on your desktop.
Yes, show what's on the desktop. It's different from controlling what's on the people's desktop. So just now was controlling, so it's like request control. So it's controlling other people's desktop is a different thing. So it's like remote control, it's called. But this one was screen sharing. So we're sharing what is on our screen, but only we are in control of that.
Right. Okay, any other questions, friends?
Moment of silence.
I think we have 15 minutes to go, and I think we can like sort of recap on everything, and we can end the session. And because Ponsfira wants to show the code for attendance, so is Prof Kamal here? Prof? Okay, maybe he's in another meeting. Okay, anyway, so again, we would like to thank you for coming here, and we from pengajaran Mi, Prof Maria Dr. Raihana, Prof Maria Dr. Azmin, Ramli, and Ponsfira pendaftar, and also our guru, Prof Maria Dr. Azmi Muhammad Tamil, UKMFolio e-learning expert, and we would like to thank the Kedekanan and Dekan and Prof Tong as the Peron Dekan at faculty for inviting us here. And again, thank you very much for having us here. Dr. Rai, anything?
I just want to say, a good shout out to Prof Tong, because I think he's going above and beyond in terms of how to facilitate this, and he's constantly asking us very critical questions and doing so much. So I think kudos to Prof Tong for taking his Penolong Dekan portfolio really seriously. So it's wonderful to have that kind of partnership at the faculty level, because then we can facilitate a lot more whatever the VC's visions and missions are. So thank you so much, Prof Tong, and to all the members of Perubatan. I think you guys are awesome. Thank you for all the work that you're also doing for all of us.
And thank you. And I really want to thank the expert group behind. And I'm here also learning a lot within last 2 weeks. MCU has put in a factor for us to learn a lot. And thank you, Pengajaran UKM, and Prof Razmi has been very helpful for all the technical things, very foreign to me, and 2 weeks of learning. So we have been engaging slightly on e-learning, but not much. This is the intensive phase, and we have benefited a lot, and hopefully facilitating will be the main role of me. So I hope that it can be achieved in some way. And today, not only we learn technical thing about Microsoft Teams, but we also get motivation to keep learning and teaching. And this part of us is being passionate about teaching. But I think e-learning, if we go on with e-learning, good at e-learning, hopefully it free up some time for us to do other things. I think that's the most important thing. Initial step is tough, it's steep, and we cry and we shed our tears doing things. But I think a while we will get the hangs of it and we will enjoy that. And I see people start to really jump up and excited about e-learning. You have to just taste it first, all right? And I want to thank also Prof. Kama is not here in the meeting, but I can see he's still logging in, and all the support, and yep. And Prof. Azmin, is she still here?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, all right, thank you so much. Yeah, the whole team. Right, so it's about 10 minutes. I think we can wind down. It's about 1 o'clock, and thank you so much for participating. And
Attendance,
you there?
Attendance.
By the way, I want to say something. I think this session is the best session of all online sessions. Thank you all.
Yeah, great. And you have set a new phase for this, because I think it was all UKMFolio, but now I think it's good to also motivate in terms of e-learning, the mindset change during the pandemic, and then actually going more. I mean, after the pandemic, I think it's a good practice, and yeah, I would love to have it in our future sessions. Thank you, Faculty of Medicine.
Yeah, correct. Teaching learning will not be the same anymore. Even MCO lifted. Thank you, and have a great time in lunch and after. Thank you, everybody.
All right, okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Please log